Good evening. Welcome to Have I Got News for You? I'm Katherine Parkinson. In the news this week, Ed Davey regrets agreeing to a photo op that represents the Lib Dems' sensible middle course between left and right. In London, there's an unfortunate first outing in front of the press for the newly appointed Junior Minister for Sport. And in Manchester, the sun shines for the second day in a row. On Ian's team tonight is a journalist with the Financial Times who once hosted a podcast called A Skeptic's Guide to Crypto, for which he was paid an absolute fortune and which is now worth 25p. Please welcome Jemima Kelly. And on Paul's team tonight is a comedian and actor better placed than most to assess the current Labour government, appearing as he has in several high-profile pantomimes. Please welcome Julian Clary. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Ian and Jemima, here's yours.
Steelworks, management burning all the records.
Angela Rayner looking charming in a hard hat.
That's she waving. We've taken back control over the steel industry, haven't we?
We have. British steel is British once more.
Except it's owned by the Chinese.
Yeah.
And then we had to recall Parliament. They worked on a Saturday, the MPs. And it worked.
Apparently that was the first time since the Falklands War that they did that on a Saturday.
Really?
Which is really quite a long time. I was amused that Jonathan Reynolds went up to Immingham to see all this stuff being, taken off ships in order, apparently, to make Britain, self-reliant. And all this stuff had apparently come in from, Japan, America and Australia, I think.
Yeah, but it's British in the sense that we import it from other countries, we take it to a plant owned by the Chinese, then we do something or other.
We put Made in Britain on it.
Yes, and it's virgin steel.
That sounds like a Jilly Cooper novel.
Are you in it?
Not yet. Yeah, you're right. This is the government's rescue of the British steel industry in the nick of time. The Chinese owners appear to be actively running down the blast furnaces at
Have you any proof of that?
No. What word was
I think that's a disgraceful accusation. The Chinese management were trying to close it down without anyone noticing, and the government had to step in. It was quite exciting.
What was the proof you have of that?
Oh, I have proof, yeah. I was invited into a Chinese security WhatsApp group.
I'm also on that group.
It's all very educational, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad I came.
Yeah.
Why is it all so touch and go in Scunthorpe?
Because if you let the steelworks stop, then you can't start them again.
That's right. It would be incredibly difficult to restart them. The molten steel would cool down and solidify in a big lump. So in order to prevent this, according to the Times, a hole must be drilled in the bottom of the furnace so the slag can run off.
That does sound like the plot of a Jilly Cooper.
That one I'll be in.
With Danny Dyer, you slag.
Do you remember Rishi Sunak?
Yes. Yes, we do, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He was the one before... Oh, which one was it?
His resignation honours list was released this week. Any notable elevations?
Jeremy Hunt is a Sir at night.
Yeah.
And somebody else was as well.
Lord Gove.
Lord Gove.
Yes.
Lord Gove.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, he will be taking Ermine, and he's taken a lot of things.
Didn't Liz Truss get a little something for her trouble?
A little gift bag.
Did you notice any of Rishi Sunak's former co-workers in the news this week?
Did he have co-workers?
15 people, including Rishi Sunak's personal aide, have been charged with gambling offences.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
After allegedly placing bets on the timing of last year's general election. They haven't been charged with betting on the Tories to lose the election, as that information was already in the public domain. Here is Sunak's aide, Craig Williams, being doorstepped by BBC News.
Did you have inside information when you placed your bet on the election
I've made a
date?
statement. It's an independent process with the Gambling Commission now. I won't be expanding on that statement.
Did you have any inside information when you
Clearly
made the bet?
a huge error of judgment.
He's clearly not doing very well. He's had to sell the sleeves to his jacket.
Well, that's a gilet, which is,
Oh, is it?
It's another error of judgment.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Do you remember Liz Truss?
No.
What has she just announced?
She's going to start her own social media business. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. She's launching her own social media platform that will be completely uncensored. She told a political action conference in Washington, "We've seen what independent media has done for the United States, and we want some of it." You've probably never heard of Andrew Griffith.
Andrew Griffith. Andy.
Oh.
Do you know him?
Yeah, Andy Griffith.
Have you-
Yeah, lovely.
You might have heard what he said about the Lib Dems recently.
Yeah,
Oh, can we see a picture of him?
yeah.
Everything I hoped for. It's a sort of face you could turn upside down, and it would still work as a face.
He was asked if the Conservatives would do a deal with extremists in the Reform Party, and he said, Lib Dems are extremists. When their councillors get in, they promote 4-day weeks and veganism. An outrageous slur, and here's the evidence to prove it.
There's this guy, he's called President Trump, and he's messing with our trade and he's hurting us. Liberal Democrats say, fight back, buy British. And so I'm here in the Highlands in Scotland and I'm saying, buy square sausage.
Have you ever had a square sausage?
Between me and my husband.
Yeah.
Why does Ed Davis have to say hurting?
I was really focused on his dancing, actually.
I thought he was being tasered. That was dancing, was it?
Do you want to see another
No.
of Ed Davis?
had
Torpedo his career, you're going to see it as a
All right.
serious politician. Here we go.
I'll go on in.
Hi guys, I'm here in Shrewsbury Market. It's a bigly market. It's doing great stuff. Come and buy your things from here. But you know that guy, President Trump? He's been panicking the markets. We're not panicking here. We're buying British in Shrewsbury.
Wow.
What's the matter with him?
He did it again. Panicking. It's like a ramekin.
He may be from the provinces.
Yeah.
How are the Labour Council of Birmingham doing with the bin strike?
Not well.
Not too well.
It's still going on. And the rats are now 17 feet.
The veteran war correspondent, Kate Adie, had more bad news for Birmingham this week. What was that?
She's going to visit.
No, the BBC had a secret list of the most disliked accents, and Brummie comes top.
Oh,
Do you agree? Do you like the
don't.
Birmingham accent?
I'm a fan.
I like a Birmingham accent. It sounds like they're underwater, doesn't it?
Kate Adie was speaking at an event donating her personal archive to Sunderland University. She told a story about her most terrifying moment as a war reporter. Do you know what this was?
No, we don't.
I was reporting from Belfast and I thought I'd been shot in the face. I dropped down and assumed I was going to die until my cameraman said, "Get up, you've been hit by a potato." Actually, I do have a Brummie joke for you. What do you call a Brummie who installs TV aerials? Antennae.
Answers on a postcard. I think.
Anthony. Antennae. OK.
There's another Brummy joke. I went to a fancy dress party and the theme was spice, so I went as this red pepper and everybody else went as an astronaut. Spice, space.
Red pepper isn't a spice, then.
I know, I couldn't think, but...
Let yourself down
Yeah,
there.
let myself down. Right. What should I have said?
Well, cumin or something.
I went to a fancy dress party the other day, and the theme was spice, so I went as a cumin. And when I went to the door, they said, cumin.
This is the government's rescue of Scunthorpe Steelworks just before the plant's furnaces were shut down. Following a speech to steelworkers who had somehow kept the furnaces at their plant going, Keir Starmer received a standing ovation, mainly because they'd had to burn all the chairs. Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds has had to formally apologise after wrongly referring to himself as an ex-solicitor. You have to be accurate about these things, said former world snooker champion Rachel Reeves. Paul and Julian, here's yours.
Right. Oh, blimey.
Jeff, is it Jeff?
Jeff Bezos, a rocket going up into the air, and that's...
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry kissing the ground. And there's Amazon delivering. Personally. So what do you think this is, Julian?
I think this is to do with the trip up in a rocket, which they were very excited about. Overexcited, some would say.
Yeah, there was a lot of screaming as they were coming down about the parachute.
Yeah.
But very excited.
That's right, yeah. This is the news that for an all too brief 11 minutes, Katy Perry was blasted into space. They say in space no one can hear you scream. Sadly, it turns out that's not true.
Hear that screaming inside the capsule?
It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
Who were the commentators? Was it one of the Kardashians?
What was notable about the Blue Origin space flight?
Well, it's the first all-female crew to go technically into outer space.
Which I think is a nice idea. I'm going to get onto that, Jeff, and see if we couldn't have an all-homosexual flight.
Who would you have going?
It'd be me, Craig Revel-Horwood, Christopher Biggins.
Yeah, you can't go to space without Christopher Biggins.
And Alan Titchmarsh.
I don't think Alan Titchmarsh is homosexual.
He will be by the time we come down. Look at that for nothing.
What, in 11 minutes?
The rocket won't be the only thing making a re-entry, I can tell you that.
Owned by billionaire Amazon owner Jeff Bezos.
Bozos, I think it's pronounced.
It was the first all-female space flight since 1963.
Oh, yes.
Passengers included Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, and singer Katy Perry. They were weightless for 4 minutes. Let's see them.
Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon. That's amazing.
Was that a butterfly she was...
That was her set list for her forthcoming tour, which she happened to take the opportunity to publicise.
Yes.
There was a very good report of them. They said all of them screamed, gosh, I can see the moon, and the report ended, wait till they go outside when they get home.
What did Gayle King, US morning show host and a nervous flyer, say as she emerged from the capsule after landing back on Earth?
I'm so glad to be back on Earth.
Yeah, she said, I would just like to have a moment with the ground.
We've all been there.
Gayle King was quite offended afterwards that people were calling it a ride. She said, this is not a ride, you know, and Katy Perry said the same thing. She said, a ride makes it sound frivolous. This was no frivolous thing. And, you know, they're all saying that if it was male astronauts, that they would have never called it a ride. it would have been a flight or a journey, and Katy Perry said her whole life is a journey. And this was just part of it. It's a journey into love. And you can see it by the way that she holds up her set list on that butterfly.
Yeah.
Her upcoming tour, she's just so connected.
Incredibly profound. Incredibly
It must be
profound.
quite an experience, though, to look down, to see the planet Earth up from, down that way. It must be quite something you never forget.
No, I'd like to do it.
Would you?
I'd love
I'll
to
go
do
with
it,
you.
yeah.
If Alan's not up for it.
Yeah.
He will be.
Yeah.
Shall we take a look at the rocket?
Oh, there we are. Send that postcard to Alan and he'll be straight with you.
What did Yvonne from Flintshire have to say about it on the Channel 5 phone-in show?
Oh. I missed that. I don't know.
No, I don't know either, no.
Yvonne wasn't happy.
Most upsetting thing, I think, is the shape of the rocket. It was obviously phallic, and I found it self-indulgent and disgusting, quite honestly.
Is that... I mean, surely they would work out the best shape for space flight, Yvonne? It wouldn't be all with that thought in their head, otherwise it wouldn't work. It wouldn't fly.
I've never seen a rocket shaped like this before.
I mean, they're all kind of phallic to a certain extent, aren't they?
This is especially phallic.
All the headlines referred to them as an all-female crew, but what wasn't strictly accurate about those headlines?
They weren't actually running the ship.
Yeah, they weren't.
It was a sort of driverless...
It was a self-flying rocket, although Katy Perry said she'd trained for the flight by listening to an audiobook of Carl Sagan's reading a book on string theory, and was already well prepared as she was very interested in astrology. And you want to hear some more of those sort of things, so have this.
How do you feel? I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
That should be the day you lunch, isn't it? The day you lunch.
As they descended, Katy Perry sang the Louis Armstrong classic, What a Wonderful World, at which point more screaming could be heard. Let's see how commentators prepared viewers for what was about to happen.
And Katy Perry did say that she was going to sing in space. I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for it.
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Do you think she thought Louis Armstrong was the first man on the moon?
Those would have been good first words on the moon. I think
good.
to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yeah.
That would have been all right, wouldn't it? Because he got it wrong, didn't he, famously, Neil Armstrong?
Yeah.
One small step for man is what he said. But
Yeah, and he meant a man.
He should have said a man, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a current affairs programme.
Yeah. I'm glad you're paying attention.
There was quite a lot of emphasis on the outfits, wasn't there? Here they are in their jumpsuits.
When I go up with Alan Titchmarsh...
Yeah.
He's going to wear a miniskirt.
Is he? This is a current affairs programme.
Yes.
It was.
This is the all-female trip into space on Amazon's Blue Origin rocket. Lauren Sanchez described experiencing profound awe as she looked out of the window and saw the moon. Turns out they'd only gone a few feet, and that was just Jeff's head. Time now for round two, and with several Tories and police officers being charged with gambling offences, is perhaps not the best time to employ the one-armed bandit of news. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Oh. Well, I pressed the button, he wasn't wearing a beret or holding a pallet. Right, so there's these rats that have been doing these paintings, which have gone extremely well. What they do is they dip the rats in the blue paint and they walk across the canvas, and somebody in New York Art Gallery has paid £12 million for this huge canvas that's rat-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean, yeah? It can't be right.
This is the news that a group of rats in Somerset have launched their painting career.
No, they haven't.
They haven't launched it. Somebody else has done it.
You know, I don't think we can say what the rats are thinking.
We can say what they're not thinking. I can't afford to get to Birmingham, so I might as well become an artist. Somerset.
How are these artworks created by the rats?
By dipping the rats in the paint and having them walking across canvas.
With their tail?
Yeah. Passing through a bath of water-based paint and are then guided onto a miniature canvas. Have you done some of these paintings?
Well, it's either that or giving them lessons in perspective. Well, I imagine it's just dipping them in paint and then shoving them across something.
Yes, that's exactly right. Shall we have a look at the rat's masterpiece?
Yeah, go on then.
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, no, he's proud of it. Can you see he's proud?
Let's have a look at another.
They're all Jackson bollocks.
Rat goth, that doesn't really work.
Rat goth? Well, if that's the standard. All right, rat casso. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. Leonardo da Rat.
Yeah.
Why are the rats doing this?
Because they're made to, for food.
Well, their owner, Steph Toogood, told the BBC she wants to shift people's opinions of rats, saying, a lot of people have come to me and said that what I do with the photos I share has changed their perception of rats. How many of those people were from Birmingham? How many rats does Steph employ?
48. 6.
She has 16 rats, but only 12 of them paint.
Oh, really? What did the other do? Sculpt?
What special services does Steph offer?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Buyers can choose which rat they want to create their painting, but only when the number of orders is at a manageable level, which is always. These are the rats in Somerset that have launched a painting career. Owner Steph Toogood says that her rats love to paint pictures, adding if they show any sign of unwillingness, full stop, and then she gets out her special shovel. Online shoppers can buy a piece of Miss Toogood's rat art for £35. In return, you get a unique painting, a certificate of authenticity, and a nasty case of Weil's disease. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Oh, well, this is the tariff trade wars. J.D. Vance the other day made a remarkable comment where he said, we're not on anybody's side, we're on America's side. What's the J.D. stand for? Do we know? Is it Jumbo Dickhead? I've no idea. Does anybody know? Do you know what it is?
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Yeah, the trade war going on at the moment. Trump doesn't know where he is. He just makes stuff up. He just says this, he says that. The Chinese are just sort of like very angry. And he's...
If I had to choose...
Yes.
Who to trade with.
Yeah.
If I was Taiwan.
Yeah.
And who's to say I'm not?
No.
He's got a nice face. I like the Chinese man's face.
He's got a nice face. Warm personality, do you think?
Well, compared to the other one.
Oh, well, yeah. Compared to Trump, yeah. I've just been reading the book about Trump's golfing habits, and he just cheats openly at golf all the time. Like, what he does, he tees off and he gets in his golf cart, and he'll sort of, like, if his opponent's hit a really good ball down the fairway, he'll play that as his own ball.
Yeah, it's called the Golf of America.
Yeah.
You know
He just cheats all the time.
Paul will be appearing in El Salvador.
Yeah. It's a new musical.
So, I mean, what's the tariff now on China?
Is it 145?
245%.
Oh, wow.
Do you think he knows what he's doing?
Sure.
Have you met Trump?
I have met Trump.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Here we go.
What's he like?
He was wearing his golf outfit when I first met him. When he was like,
Was there a whiff of sulphur about him?
I was having a luncheon in Mar-a-Lago, as you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I knew that he was arriving because I think he considers himself as a bit of a king, doesn't he? You know, that's his palace. And so, as kings in the past have done, he requests that the music be turned up very loud when he comes in to his own house, you know, where he lives.
I do like the idea of music being turned up before you walk into a room.
Yeah.
Would you phone my husband? And say, get Dusty Springfield on.
It's been a bad week for J.D. Vance, who's mentioned there. What's he been up to?
No good.
No good. And presenting his old university a higher
Oh, yes, he dropped a trophy, didn't he?
Yes.
Dropped a trophy, yeah.
Here's how it went.
It's a fantastic metaphor, isn't it? Safe pair of... Oh!
Which institution has Trump got a problem with?
Democracy.
That's right. Also Harvard University.
Oh, yes, Harvard University, yes. He's withdrawn their funding.
That's right. Trump demanded that they abolish diversity, equality and inclusion programmes in staff hiring and admissions or lose its tax-exempt status. But Harvard refused, so the government has now frozen Harvard's $2 billion of federal funding.
Yes, I mean, he's going for the universities and he's done lawyers, he's done the press. I mean, you could argue that he's a straightforward fascist. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Is there some balance coming?
There is.
He's not a straightforward fascist.
Thank you very much.
He's sort of devious fascist.
Well, he's got a great new policy proposal here. Does anyone know what that might be?
Something bonkers, what is it?
He's making showers great again.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Because he says it takes a long time for him to get his beautiful hair wet.
That's right. According to The Guardian, Trump is sick of low water pressure, so is planning to reverse restrictions introduced by Obama and Biden on how much water flow can pass through a shower head. Here's what he had to say.
In my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. And I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous.
I'm really with him on that. I like a...
Well, you often in the shower with Donald Trump?
I would like a shower. I would like a shower.
And do you
with Donald
experience a
Trump.
drip, drip, drip sensation?
Oh. He also, have you heard he wants to create more daylight?
Yes.
What, between his ears?
But how is he
So
going
he's going to bend over more often.
He wants to stay on daylight saving time all year round and scrap changing the clocks, which he calls a big inconvenience, mainly because he doesn't understand it. How's Trump's education secretary and former wrestling star Linda McMahon getting on in her new
Oh, she's
role?
doing really well because she's telling people not to be worried about A1. A1 is a system which can be used to help humanity. We mustn't fear A1 because A1 has got a lot to offer us all.
That's right. Here she
And
is.
you think I'm joking, don't you?
Let's take a look.
There is a school system that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grade.
Well, he wants to shut down Harvard.
Why are the others nodding along?
They're just confirming their own personal view that this woman's an idiot.
On the subject of A1...
Yes.
It's amazing what it can do. Would
Yes.
anyone like to see Ian and Paul as Muppets?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Go on,
here
then.
you are, Ian.
That's good. He's orange.
Oh!
I like that. It's
And
good.
Paul, here's one of you. They look so benign, don't they? Maybe we could do this to world leaders to make them seem less threatening. Here's Xi Jinping. Here's Putin.
He's not a bad guy.
And here's Trump. This is another week of turmoil, courtesy of Donald Trump. There are fears a trade war with America could make the Chinese president so unpopular that his approval rating could slump to 98%. China has warned that tariffs will make Trump a laughingstock. As the saying goes, that ship has sailed, docked, the passengers have disembarked, they've wandered round the shops in the Old Town, reboarded, everyone's caught the norovirus, it's made its return voyage and docked again twice. Which means at the end of this round, it's Ian and Jemima with 2, and Paul and Julian with 4.
I didn't get any points.
You have to catch up. Time now for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. Your 4 are Donald Trump, a Range Rover, a ferry in Scotland, and a person weighing 7 stone 9 pounds in Beijing.
Donald Trump this week had his medical report issued, which claimed he weighed a certain amount and that he was a certain height. So I think this is probably something to do with size, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it weight? Because the Chinese government told people who weighed less than 8 stone not to go out. It was really windy.
Oh.
Right. That's right.
And then get blown away. So I didn't go out.
That's exactly right. At the weekend, Chinese authorities warned people in the north of the country who weighed 7 stone 9 pounds or less, that's about 50 kilograms, to stay indoors because strong winds meant they could be easily blown away.
There's a port in Scotland somewhere, or unless the ships are getting so big, but they can't fit in.
And the Range Rovers, I imagine, have sort of become... the cars are getting bigger, so they're getting heavier. So that's about size. So is she the odd one out because she's the one that couldn't go outside?
They are all too big, apart from a person weighing 7 stone 9 pounds in Beijing, who may be too small. The ferry in Ardrossan in Scotland is too big because it can't fit in the port, and angry locals have been waiting for years for 2 new ferries to operate the daily service to the Isle of Arran, but they have been beset by a series of failures. According to Sky News, the new vessels cost £400 million, quadruple their original price tag. One was delivered 7 years late, the other is still being built, and both are too big to fit in the harbour. So it's going to cost another £80 million for the jetty to be upgraded.
Blimey.
This was when the SNP was saying they could do infrastructure much better than the government in Westminster.
And how are people having to make the journey in the meantime?
Swim.
According to Mail Online, the ferries are now out of Troon. How have locals in Ardrossan reacted to the news?
I won't be going to Troon. I'm not going to Troon. I won't go doon to Troon.
That's it. No to Troon. It's too far doon.
Oh.
People have been complaining that new Range Rovers and other SUVs are now too big to fit into parking spaces. What's another problem that big cars create?
They're very heavy, aren't they?
But there are more potholes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
because there's
more roads, but heavier. Yeah, absolutely.
There are, thankfully, some good Samaritans around to lend a hand.
Yes.
Loads and loads of plants in there for you today. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that.
I tell you what.
Oh, who's this for you?
What are you doing, mate?
I'm just filling these potholes in it, Nigel, yeah?
With flowers?
With flowers. I don't have the licence to tarmac and I don't have the licence to water the road surface, so I thought I'd make them look pretty.
This is unbelievable.
Do you like that, do you?
Oh, it's amazing.
Well, I do have one plant left and I do have one monstrous pothole if you'd like to assist me.
Well, what do I have to do?
Gosh.
What would that look like if it had been planned?
Who says Donald Trump is too big?
His doctor?
That's right. The president's doctor, Sean Barbabella.
Yes.
Trump's recent medical revealed that he is in excellent physical health, but at 16 stone and 6'3" in height, he is still overweight on the BMI scale. Some have speculated that the president is fudging his height to swing the BMI scale in his favour and away from the obese category. Here he is standing next to Prince William, who is also 6'3". Trump also took a cognitive exam. What did that reveal?
Well, we shall never know, but he boasted about it on his sort of private jet to the various reporters that he took a cognitive test, but he couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, let's have a look at Trump talking about his results.
Yeah.
By the way, I took my cognitive exam as part of my physical exam, and I got the highest mark, and one of the doctors said, "Sir, I've never seen anybody get that kind of... That was the highest mark." I hope you're happy with that.
He has to be a winner. He can't possibly become second. He has to be the biggest, best...
The best cognitive test.
Absolutely. Nobody has ever done this. We've tested millions of people.
Yeah.
And you, an absolute moron, have done better than anybody else. You really are a mate. We just don't know how you do it.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at that cognitive excellence in action.
Benny Hill, isn't it?
Yes, they're all too big, apart from a person weighing 7 stone, 9 pounds in Beijing, who may be too small to prevent being blown away in a storm. Range Rovers are getting bigger. The Green Party's Jenny Jones stated, urban streets are simply too small to accommodate these vehicles. Fair enough, but how is Tarquin getting to school? I mean, his heart won't fit on a bus, will it? As part of his annual checkup, Donald Trump had a colonoscopy.
Where they found Keir Starmer.
A colonoscopy revealed the president had a polyp in his colon. It's currently the only thing in the entire White House that is benign. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication, Meat Management. They've got a whole section on mincing.
You've perked up.
Happy days.
Yes.
And we start with two of the highlights of the Meat Management calendar are UK Sausage Week and what?
UK Sausage Month.
No, it's Savoy Fortnight. Could you make a Savoy last a fortnight?
Yeah.
Not in my house.
No.
It's the Women in Meat Awards. Oh, of course. UK Sausage Week famously contains 1 or 2 high-quality events bulked out with a lot of stuff you'd rather not know about. Next, Chalcombe Lane near Bath needs what because what?
Needs an adequate meat supplier, because there aren't any.
I'm nodding, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's...
Abattoir, is it? Abattoir?
No, it needs its own toad patrol because of the number of toads that go there to mate.
Oh, what's that got to do with meat?
They're not all to do with from meat manufacturer. When it's
Oh,
called, no.
now you tell me.
Yeah. Sausage seller.
Yeah, according to The Guardian, 4,000 frogs gather each year to mate near a busy main road. To be fair, it is a well-known frogging site. Next, meat management columnist Norman Bagley encourages readers to persevere with his article despite it beginning with the words what?
Cauliflower cheese.
Don't read this.
I'm Norman Bagley.
Yeah. And I claim my £5.
No.
Meat is murder.
The answer's actually Chris Packham. This is an article which begins Chris Packham. No, don't stop reading. According to the magazine, Norman Bagley is... Sorry, you lost me at Norman Bagley. Next, a single discarded ham sandwich in the Forest of Dean. What?
Seeks pickled onion.
It's actually a single discarded ham sandwich in the Forest of Dean could spark a foot and mouth nightmare. Can he get a point even though it's not right?
No, you can't get a point, that's not right.
OK.
I didn't know you got points for getting it right.
Have you not been to a quiz before?
I thought you got a point if it was funny.
Oh, we wouldn't have 5 points.
Oh.
Next, meat management's response to Veganuary is what?
Steak timber. Meat management's responsibility to vegetarian is to say, look, it's all very well to people to be vegans, and we applaud their choices in life, but that doesn't really suit us because we're really in the business of manufacturing and managing meat, so we'd rather that we'd concentrate on that, or we've run out of space.
Yeah, that's close. Meat management's response to Veganuary is... We're bored to death of the knit-your-own yoghurt brigade banging on about how we should all go and live in a monastery and eat nuts and seeds. Sorry, that was just me talking. Next, what in Market Town in Warwickshire described as vile and nauseating?
Vegetarian restaurant.
Antiques Roadshow.
Yes.
No, the answer is bright yellow public area.
Well, it sounds awful.
Yeah, dreadful.
Yeah.
Sound naughty.
Locals now call the area painted yellow by the council Custard Corner. Here it is.
Oh, no.
Is that a lemon being squeezed in a hand on these?
No, I don't think it's just the way his trousers are hanging.
Next, at the Meat Management Awards, Alf Turner was disappointed that what?
Ah, these sexual organs wouldn't fit into a BAP. 2 BAPs. Was disappointed that his wife came third.
No.
That his extra long sausage was beaten by a man from Lincolnshire by 3 inches.
His boudin blanc was underrated.
No. He didn't go home with the award for Britain's best sausage.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry for. I feel sorry for it.
Yeah.
Poor old Alf.
Yeah.
Had he booked a special reserve seat on the train for it?
Possibly. At sausage competitions, the sausages are lined up on a long table with the judges inspecting each one in turn.
Do they taste them?
I don't know.
Well, they must do. What do you think they do?
Well, it says inspect them.
I see.
They would at least lick them, I would think.
Now you're talking like that.
Finally, Swindon man with 4 canaries down his trousers, what?
Seeks similar. Denies they are yellow. Arrested by police by shoving 4 kilos of birdseed in his pants.
I know this one.
Oh, you know this one? Go on, then.
Going cheap.
Yes. There we are. Nothing wrong with that.
Finds cure for erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
Swindon man with 4 canaries down his trousers sought by police for pet shop theft. The pet shop owner said, "We don't know whether they will survive being manhandled and shoved down someone's trousers."
They will.
So the final scores are Ian and Jemima have 4 and Paul and Julian have 6. But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Well, clearly this is an identity parade. Disappointing cat fails to pick out man that kicked him up the arse. I thought he deserved more than that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they're tired now.
Yeah.
On which note, we say...
Oh, hang on a minute.
Hang on, I was going to say...
He's got one, yeah.
I was just waiting for a bit of quiet.
Sorry.
You could have said it immediately after I said my one.
Sorry, have you got a bus to catch?
Yeah.
Larry the Downing Street cat finds more caring owners.
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Jemima Kelly, Paul Merton and Julian Clary. And I leave you with news that in Spalding, organisers reveal the winner of the prestigious World's Most Judgmental Haystack competition. After being ejected from an exhibition of radical modern architecture, one irate visitor threatens to take on any of the security guards if they think they're hard enough. And in Moscow, there's a dangerous moment for the soldier deciding the result of the Kremlin Guard sweepstake on the size of Vladimir Putin's bald spot. Good night.